Wow.
Good day, Pak Choi.
Thank you. Samin Fala.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You guys live in the Nisi as well, yeah? Jeez, thank you.
Red envelope is for you. For you.
You guys look amazing. I feel like I'm back in Christmas. I'm seeing my cousins. I'm seeing some family members. What's going on here? So many beautiful Asian people here. Make some noise if you're from Philippines. Yes, kamusta ka? Mahal kita. Make some noise if you're Bengali. Alright. Yes, I see we've got a favorite here. Yes, uncle.
Uncle, sit down before you injure yourself.
Lovely, lovely. Well, welcome everyone and good evening. So tonight, as you can see, is the first premiere of Take-Awasian. My name is Desti D. I'm your host for the evening. I'm a motivational speaker and a presenter. No, I won't be motivating you today, guys. It's Wednesday evening. I mean, you guys could have been anywhere tonight, but you are here. So it's like you've got a lot of love in this room, okay? A lot of support. This is amazing. I just want to say we are here to celebrate every single one of you guys. And the cause and just the diversity in this room is so gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so rare that I think Asian and any BAME background gets, celebrated the way we do in this room, just like here. And I think we should be doing this a little bit more. And thank you, Islah, for doing this. So just a couple of house rules, guys, before I get started. There is 2 fire exits on my left, which is just here and also at the back. And if you are going to be recording or taking pictures, please do put your phone on silent or D&D. You can text her or him back later, guys. This is only 2 hours, okay? It's Wednesday, not Friday. Thank you to Panda's Kitchen as well for the sponsor for this event. Ooh. You know what that means, right? Free food. Oh, we love that. And if you are going to be taking any pictures or any posts for social media, please do tag at the Corner Shop Network as well and give them the credit. Now, it's time to introduce the award-winning director. I'm sorry, it's not Michael Bay, but he's going to be up there soon. He loves it. His work is recognised by Zack Snyder, and he's directed Man Them on the Wall, as well as been featured on Man Like Mobeen and Men in Black. I know. Ooh. He's presented his own BBC Asian radio show, as well as interviewing celebrities like my husband, future to be. I had to put it in there, it's manifestation, guys. It's 2024. We're still in February, it's still early. I still got 10 months to do my work into my manifestation, okay? Aquafina and Simuliu. So, without further ado, can we just get a little... And, for Islah!
What an introduction. Thank you. Round of applause for Desti, please.
Thank you.
Before I even talk here, someone else I want to bring on stage. He's not much of a speaker, but without him, I wouldn't have done the series. A big round of applause for the director of photography and the co-writer of the series, Robert Hoang. Come on down, bro. This is my dialogue, he's my brother. I wouldn't have done it without him. And yeah, man, it's a blessing just to be able to share this day and share the project with him, man. Sorry about putting you on the spot, innit?
There's a lot going on in the trailer. I've seen it. Some of you guys may have seen it. Some of you guys are in it. Can you tell us, what is it about? For those who haven't seen it.
Take-Awasian is about 2 friends, Zayn and David, who run Indo-Chinese takeaway while chasing a dream in the entertainment industry. So Zayn wants to be an actor, David wants to be a music producer, but they both had it from their parents. Because obviously, as you know, if you're Asian, the creative industry isn't approved of. And while they're doing that, the whole series is about their friendship. So you're going to see a lot of small Easter eggs in the beginning to kind of plant the seeds of where that's kind of going.
Amazing. There's an infusion here of the Bangladeshi and the Chinese culture in there as well. Can you tell us how have you represented that in a positive way? Because there's a lot of spice in the rice.
I like that, you know.
You want to be quick with me, Islah.
I like that.
Quick with me. I'm
You're
your
too quick for
hostess
me.
with the mostest.
Obviously, well, look, me and Robert is Chinese, I'm Bangladeshi, right? So it's authentic as it is. Do you know what I mean? I grew up with a lot of Chinese friends, and then Robert, you grew up with like, he's practically Bangladeshi. Like, he's Bengali in a Chinese man's skin. So like, we just wanted to make something and infuse the cultures together. We thought, look, we both grew up in a certain way where like he knows how to speak Bengali. Man's been in Bangladesh more times than me. I don't understand that. But yeah, I like to, like, you're gonna see a lot of representation in there throughout, like the little things, you know, like even the dad watching the news and he's holding his hands behind his back. Do you know what I'm talking about, innit? You know, it's the little things, the nuances, you're gonna have to like, you'll notice it when you see it. And I guess the Chinese side of things, like Robert was adamant that it's done correctly. This is the part where you speak about it.
Well, you got the mic in this. I don't know. You know, when it comes to like culture, a lot of the times, especially in Hollywood, they try and add it in, but it's always wrong. And to most people who are obviously not part of that culture, they don't know. They're like, oh, I guess that's how it is. But then for the people that are part of that culture, it's really annoying because you're like, no, that's not how it is. And then it's like when we did our own show, we wanted to make sure that those little things are correct and not wrong. Like for instance, like the Bengali accent is not the same as the Indian accent.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, if you don't know, Bengali accent is not the same as the Indian accent, right? But if you go, you try and like...
The Chinese one.
You
This is what I mean.
you watch a film that's supposed to be in Bangladesh, right? Everyone's doing the Indian accent. And you're like, why? Because they can't tell the difference. So sometimes like even like Arab accent is different to an Indian accent. And then some people try and do Arab, but they do Indian. So stuff like that, we're trying to like stamp out basically.
But you clearly can see how detailed he wanted it to be. So down to that, even when that game came down to like speaking Cantonese in the series, like he was adamant that it came authentic.
You know, it's funny, right? My generation, we can all speak Cantonese because we're forced to. You know, the younger guys, right? So many, trying to get them to speak Cantonese is so hard. They just don't.
We've got some Cantonese speaking people in the room, right? Who speaks Cantonese? Raise your hand. No, you old! He's young Cantonese.
That's me.
All right, let's do this, yeah? Everyone's gonna learn some Cantonese. Everyone's gonna learn some Bengali today, yeah? How do you say, what's the traditional way of saying Happy New Year? Because it's Lunar New Year soon. What's the traditional way of saying Happy New Year in Cantonese?
I'll do that one, but I'll do another one because it's a bit basic, isn't it? Everyone says Happy New
You're
Year.
gonna have to teach them, so...
So, Happy New Year, the most basic phrase, is Gong Hei Fat Choi. Gong Hei Fat Choi. But a lot of people know that one.
Let's do this together,
So I'm going to teach you another one.
break it down.
Okay, let's do it down. Gong Hei Fat Choi. So Fat Choi means fortune, right? Or like essentially to get rich, because it's hard to directly translate.
It's like, get rich.
I'm guessing Gong Hei is more like a wish you, or like along that. So essentially wish you to get rich, or wish you fortune.
So repeat
along
after
those.
Robert, yeah, repeat after Robert. Here we go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Gong Hei Fat Choi.
Lovely.
And I'll teach you a bit of... So the dialect I speak in Bangladesh is called Sylheti. So, yeah, where's the Sylheti gang? Come on. There you go. The police are waiting outside for you. Sylheti is like the slang of Bengali. I love it. So I'll teach you like the basic phrase of saying, how are you? Asking someone how you are. So we say, bala asoni. Yeah, so bala asoni. Here we go. Bala asoni.
Bala Soni.
Yeah, boy, you're all Bangladeshi. Welcome to Bangladesh. Welcome to China. I'm joking. But yeah, man, look, we went through so much with this series. We tried to get it onto TV. Certain broadcasters, I won't name them, but they didn't want the show. They didn't see the importance of it. And at the time when we thought of the series, it was during lockdown, when there was a lot of racism towards the Chinese community because of the coronavirus. Bangladeshi people don't get the spotlight as it is. We don't have any representation on screen. If it is any South Asian representation, it's mainly Indian or Pakistani. So like, I just want to, like, both communities needed this. And instead of knocking on those doors of the broadcasters and them saying no, we just thought, let's just make it ourselves. Do you know what I mean? What I always say, if you knock on a door and it don't open, go make your own one. And then make the door yourself and then kick it down. You know what I'm saying? And take your shoes off as well. Yeah? But yeah, we went through so much of the series. I really hope you enjoy it. I don't want to delay anymore. And yeah, obviously we're going to chat after, aren't we? So
Exactly. Well, thank you guys. We'll be
Thank
speaking
you,
more
ma'am.
after the screening, and I'm
Thank
sure
you.
some of you guys will have some questions. But for now, enjoy the show, and don't forget to put your phone on silent.
thank you guys. Flew by, innit? Flew by.
That was so funny. Can we just say, when he threw that bag, he could have just threw the script, but he had that hoop earring moment. He's like, let me get rid of the whole bag.
Now you know why?
It was a brand new bag.
No, you know why? Because basically, while we were shooting, a bird shat on it. So I had to get rid of it anyway.
Wow.
So I was like, let me just put it into the thing, and I just dashed it. So yeah. So,
That was a shitty situation,
yeah,
huh?
it was a shitty situation. It was just a situation, yeah.
Well, I'm actually intrigued because some of the moments in that series is actually inspired by real life happening. Can you tell us what actually happened and what inspired you to actually create that particular scene?
So obviously, I'm an actor in real life, so we have struggles as an actor auditioning and getting roles in the first place.
Right.
But if there's any other actors in the room, you'll know that getting a role with the color of my skin is 10 times harder. So we have to like work twice as hard to get half as far. And I actually got asked by my first agent to audition for a terrorist role. And it was literally like, I don't think I should do this. Like, this is hella stereotypical. And she was like, no, it's fine. You're going to do amazing. You do great. And I said, I don't really want to do this. So then I turned it down. Then I get a call again 2 days later. Look, they really want you to do it. They think you're the best guy for the job. And I'm like, that's not a compliment, bro. Like, so then I didn't do the audition in the end, but I used that into the series. And Michael, who plays David, he actually did spend a lot of time being a kids entertainer. So he did actually do kids parties. And like the grind was real. Like the grind is still real. Like just to get penny in our pocket to pay the bills and put food on our plates. Yeah, that's why you see them struggling. Like he's doing studio time with some shitty rapper. Sorry, Jeff. It's shitty rapper, and you know
Big
he's
up MC Long.
Yeah, MC Long. Chance, can you say the bar now? Do you know the bar now? He doesn't know the bar. He doesn't know the bar. But yeah, like you could like that part of the thing was obviously real. And obviously, like I said, me and Robert, bro, come down here, man. Come. Why am I down here by myself, man? Round of applause for Robert, please.
I thought I could just stay up there, innit?
Nah. He shot the whole thing, by the way. So if you guys like the quality of the film, get yourself
a Robert.
Yeah. Get yourself a Chinese DOP. They know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but like, yeah, the whole thing was like, again, accurate, authentic, because we lived it. Like, we have Bangladeshi friends. Like, you know, we all got friends that are from a different race, and then you teach them your language, innit? That's why my character knows how to say Lengjay. Like, he knows how to speak the language because he's around each other all the time. Like, he can even speak like Bengali. Do you know what I mean? One time he called me a kutta. We're gonna go talk about that later. But like, it's those aspects that you kind of want to infuse into it to make it feel realistic and relatable. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all got a friend that knows the language. You teach them the swear words first, then all the nice things. Like, that's how it is. So.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, the music was a vibe. Really, really like the
Yeah.
music song choice. Is there any particular reason why you guys choose the soundtracks
So
and stuff?
we were talking about the theme of how we want the thing to look like. So it's nice and glossy. You see it like the colors are pop. Like
Yeah.
the color grade is like, it's friendly. Do you know what I mean? It's not dark and gloomy. And then soundtrack is if you watch this without any music, it's dead. So the soundtrack actually lifts it completely up. So
Yeah.
I made a conscious decision to make sure all the artists in the soundtrack are all Asian. So all the songs you heard in there are all from Asian artists.
Love it.
So there's an artist called Michael Jun. He's from New York. I heard one of his songs in the opening scene where we're waking up. I heard his song on this like Asian meme page, and I reached out to him. I said, "Bro, listen, this is what I'm doing." Sent him an email, and he hit me back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'd love to." We jumped on a Zoom, and he was like, "I love it, man." He sent me some more of his tracks, and if you listen to the lyrics of when Zayn comes out of the audition, the lyrics are actually speaking how he's feeling. So when he says, "I used to feel too yellow or too whitewashed," like when you go back and it comes out on YouTube, listen to it again. But the music plays a big part. And then I hollered at, I took a long shot and I hollered at MC Jin. You lot learn Chinese. Was obviously like the anthem growing up. I reached out to him on email, and I reached out to MC Traffic, and they they hit me back. Like I just said, here's a trailer. I'd love to use the music, get permission. And they just, obviously, because when you license music on YouTube, it's a lot harder. And then one of the Bengali tracks is by a friend of mine called Ixi. So he rapped in Bengali. And yeah, man, like it was important to infuse culture wherever I could. Do you know what I mean?
Amazing. Well, if you guys enjoyed the first episode, I'm sure you all did. We are anticipating for the second one. What can we expect? Or can you give us a little bit of a, you know, little preview, little bit of a gist?
I don't know, it's not finalized yet, so there's a couple of storylines we're working on, and we haven't decided which one to go with yet. So I don't want to say too much, so I'm going to give it back to you.
He's been so Chinese about it. Okay, without spoiling it, like I said, the story, like the takeaway and the fact that he's an actor and the music side, that's all a backdrop to the actual story we're telling. Is again, it's about their friendship. So I don't know if anyone noticed, there was small parts where when they were walking together, it's like, yo, I'm gonna get a movie deal soon, and then David's like, all right, calm down, be realistic, and then you can see his face go down a bit. Do you know what I mean? When he's in the studio, he's like, I can't wait to see our name up in lights, and he's like, that's all right. If all else fails, we've got the takeaway, and he feels down again. So it's like two of them have best intentions. Like he wants to help his friend out and keep him grounded and keep him realistic, but he feels like he's holding him back. So their wires are getting crossed. So they're young men, like, you know, really chasing that dream. And like, he's chasing it as well, but he's not chasing it as much as Zayn is. Like, he's ready to go to LA and throw his passport away. But he's like, no, I've got a family to provide for. But he's a single child. Like, he's the only child. So that's the story we're trying to tell with the backdrop that we have. And yeah, we're gonna, I think the next episode, like we're thinking of doing a Chinese New Year theme episode. We're thinking of doing an Eid themed episode. And yeah, like it's gonna elevate, man. One day I wanna, like, if we get the budget, I wanna shoot an episode out in Bangladesh, bruv. Or go to Hong Kong, do you know what I mean? And just shoot an episode out there, it would be amazing.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys so much. Guys, please give a round of applause for Islah and Robert. Thank you.
Any questions from anyone else?
And also, round of applause for the rest of our cast as well.
Yeah,
that's in the audience.
Cast, can you stand up? If you're a cast, stand up. Stand up. There's the cast up. Round of applause for the cast. Chanel up there. And you too. No, you too. The chefs are right there as well. There you go. MC Lung. Yeah.
Well, shall I pass it on to the audience? Does
Yeah.
anyone have any questions for either?
No, I don't.
When am I going to be in the next?
It's going to call himself MC Mute in a minute. It's just like, listen, leave me out of this.
Any questions? Anyone? Oh, you got
questions,
a hand
guys?
up.
What was your like inspiration for this? Like I know like the cultural inspiration, but was it like TV shows or movies you pulled from?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, there were quite a few actually.
What were your inspirations when you were writing this?
I think there's a bit of Superstore in there, right?
Yeah, Superstore.
A bit of
on
Superstore in there.
definitely.
What was that one called? Rami?
Yeah, Rami from Rami.
Yeah. I want to say there's a bit of Friends in there, but I'm not sure. Did we put a bit of Friends in
they're
there?
all white, so. Yeah, it's got In Between Us, but
Yeah,
also,
actually, it has, hasn't it? Yeah.
Also, Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Like, they're the only South and East Asian duo you ever see on screen. But the fact that this is, I don't know if you guys clocked, but this is the first time you're seeing Bangladeshi and Chinese representation in the UK for the first time ever. Like, it's never been done. So, that's a good question.
Any other questions, guys? Yeah.
Where's the Keanu Reeves reference coming from?
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
true.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad you asked that. So they both obviously have really long hair. I had to cut mine obviously at one point, but they both got really long hair. We were thinking, we've got to say something about the fact that they've got long hair. And then we were like, okay, so they're obviously, as a creative, we all have like celebrities or icons that we look up to, or like, oh, I want to be like this person, or like, you know, Michael B. Jordan or whatever. Every time I say that name, I see your eyes glow up.
Tell it, it's manifestation. You helping me.
We all have that one we look up to. So I had to think, okay, like, we thought their age is like 27. They need someone realistically that they would have grown up with. And Keanu Reeves was just that guy. And we watched, what was that film that he was in?
Speed.
No, Always Be My Maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
that
Always
one.
Be My Maybe. He was in a rom-com. And I don't know if you guys ever watched it. It's on Netflix. Definitely check it out. It's about a Vietnamese couple.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves comes as the new boyfriend. And he wrecked it. He was
Hilarious.
so hilarious. And then we just thought, yeah, it's Keanu's got to be the guy. So they're constantly like referencing him, like, oh, what will Keanu do, man? What will Keanu do? And it's like, they're just proper fans of him. Do you know what I mean? It's like thinking about what he'd do in an interview or think about how he'd, preserve himself. But like, if you look at Keanu Reeves as well, he's a very humble guy. Like, and he has East Asian in him as well. Like, he was just the guy in between where both of them could look up to. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it comes to. And there is some Keanu stuff going to happen in the future episodes. I can't afford him, obviously. He's not going to be in the team. Maybe a stunt double, maybe. But yeah, there's a reason why it's Keanu and like moving forward. So
Love
things
that.
will
What
get
would
bigger.
Keanu do?
Yeah, what will Keanu do? Hashtag. That's the
Any
hashtag.
other questions, guys? Yeah?
Comedy is generally a hard genre to execute, and you did corner shop before, and it seems sort of seamless now for you to do comedy. Is there another genre that you would sort of branch out into following from this?
Well, I branched out into drama recently, so I made a short film called If Only. It's about young people caught up in criminality. So I did actually branch out, and that was quite hard for me because I'm always doing comedy. And I had to direct it, wrote it, and I was in it as well, and I had to play like a real life psycho. So yeah, I did it, and it's weird doing drama and and it was a real story as well. Like, it was taken from true life experiences. So doing that kind of messed with me a bit, and I had to take a break away from comedy to think hard, and I had to watch like all the seasons of Top Boy, and but then when I came away from it after having a break from after the release and stuff, I came back into like comedy mode, and I started watching comedy again, and just kind of brings a light back into your life. Do you know what I mean? So I think comedy is always going to have a place in my heart, because you can tell stories and messages through comedy, through the filter of comedy. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many references in there, like the opening scene when he's saying you're racist, and then it turns out he's not talking to the two white customers, he's actually talking to the two other Asian guys. So there's racism in our own community. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many little things that you can take the piss out of, but still tell the message. Do you know what I mean? So, and when it comes to the writing, a lot of the jokes is Robert's, man. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff you guys were laughing at, I was spudding him from back there, like, bro, that was a good joke. That's a good joke. Do you know what I mean? So we just bounce off each other, and he comes out with some random stuff. I'm like, that is funny, man. Let's write that in. So
Amazing. Any other
more?
questions, guys?
oh, we got two.
We've got two.
Oh,
yeah.
ladies first, or like, go, ladies first. Go on, ladies first.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
What, Jen?
What advice would you give to young Asian actors who are trying to break into the industry who probably don't get their parents' approval?
Don't do it. I'm joking. I don't know. It's hard to say. Everyone's parents are different. I like to think more parents nowadays are more accepting. I would say don't ever disrespect your parents, but just keep doing it as you can, and just reassure them that you're all right. Get a part-time job so they don't think you're losing out on money, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But if they tell you to shut up, then just shut up. So, Richard, that was a question.
What was your most challenging moment on set that you are proud that you overcame?
This is gonna, I might as well say this in front of all of you. There was a scene in the house where where Louise comes out and pushes him into the bathroom. There was like a bit of junk on the fridge, yeah. So I stepped on the table, and the table lifted up, and then it went bam, and it split in half, and that was Robert's table. So I still ain't paid him back for it. So like, obviously when we get the money, and I'll sort you out in it when I can. But yeah, that was like, we're still working through that.
Table when he's around.
Yeah,
Buy wood. It's cheaper.
We're still working through that. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. But yeah, that was probably the hardest one. I don't know. I feel like we had.
I think the first day.
Yeah.
The first day was like a 16-hour shoot, so that was tough because. And I apologise to some of the actors because I know a lot of you were waiting around.
Yeah.
So
Bruno there, and Raham and Christopher.
Chris.
Yeah, I think everyone. Yeah.
Somewhere.
Going there as well. We started.
Yeah.
What time did we start? 11.
Yeah, because the shop had to close, so we couldn't just film when we wanted. So then the shop had to close, and then as soon as it closed, we just went in.
Yeah.
And then everyone was there, and we tried our best to make sure that obviously the actors who didn't need to be there could leave early, but it was hard. So some of you were waiting around, so apologise for that. But that was a very hard day. Yeah. Because obviously, as people were leaving, we stayed till the end. So it was just like, by the end of it, you just can't think. Like there's no like brain energy left.
We started at 11 p.m. because the takeaway closed at 11. Then we started rehearsing and everything like that, and then setting up the cameras, the lights, and then it's harder than you think. Like the shop windows glass, right? you could see the reflection, you could see the camera in the reflection. So it's like we had to move all the stuff. Then we found afterwards there was a tripod in the shot the whole way. So he had to CGI the tripod out, and it was mad. But we started at 11 p.m. and the sun was down, and we finished at 8 a.m. in the morning. And the sun went up. We were up all night, and then I had to drive Michael back home, and I almost fell asleep in a Blackwall tunnel on the way back. So I was just like, Take-Awasian. Like, you know what I mean? So it was probably the hardest. And like bless my cast, man. A big round of applause for the cast that were there today. They stuck it out, man. Like, he stuck it out. You can see in the bloopers, he was forgetting his lines. Like, he was loopy because we just get tired. And then, yeah, the last shot of that day was the opening scene of the kitchen when we were arguing with the chefs. So that was like towards the end when we were already like losing our minds. But I think it kind of worked in our favor because it was a chaotic scene. So.
What are your hopes, like both you, for Take-Awasian? Like, what is the hope? Like,
what's your hope, bro?
Short term. Series 2.
In a word, Hollywood. But obviously we will accept less, maybe BBC, I don't know.
No,
just TV in it. Anything on TV.
Yeah.
Where's the camera? In case they're watching it. So.
Honestly, I hope if it gets enough views and it gets enough interaction that TV actually looks at it and think, okay, we get it now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it can go from YouTube to TV because it's happened in the past with other series. There you go. Like, so there was a series called Dreaming Whilst Black that happened on YouTube and it went on to TV. So this is what I'm saying, man. Like, the more you guys support, like, if you hit that link there and subscribe, the numbers matter in it and the interaction. If you see it while you're scrolling on your Instagram, just double tap it, do a little emoji. Anything you can do, it helps. Do you know what I mean? Sharing it and telling a friend to tell a friend, getting some press in there, like anything we can do to elevate the project. That's the only way we're gonna be successful, to even have a dream in the first place. So.
Yeah.
I got deep in it.
Lovely lady in the back here.
Oh, we got. Okay.
You mentioned that it was hard to get the project picked up by broadcasters, and also you had some experiences with being typecasted. And I was wondering what helps you to stay motivated when you face opposition.
Oh, wow, that was a deep one. Mm-hmm. That's some TED Talk thing, isn't it?
It is.
What keeps me motivated? The people around me. Sometimes, and I said this recently a lot, sometimes the environment isn't where you are, what's the place you're at, it's the people. The people are your environment. If you surround yourself with positive people, people that motivate you, people that believe in you, people that collaborate with you, like, I can't do this on my own. You know, it takes a village to put something like this together. I think that's what keeps me motivated. So the days where like Robert can't be bothered to do it, I'll be like, bro, we can do this. You know, the days where I'm like maybe lost track, he's like, bro, when we filming next? It's little text messages like that, or little WhatsApp messages, and just like sending calendar invites like, yo, let's have a meeting, let's jump on Zoom. It's those things that like, all right, let's keep going. Like, you have to have those people around you, because the minute you're around someone who distracts you or, you know, is demotivating, you can't do it. And that happens in every aspect of your life, whether it's gym, whether it's family, whether it's career, job. You have to stay motivated with the environment you're surrounded by. That was a TED Talk to you.
Listen, he's taking me out of my job. Yeah, that was buzz.
Was there another one?
More.
There was.
Yeah.
Dilo. Who came up with a name? One of my friends, actually.
Really?
Yeah, well, it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. It was one of my friends. One of my friends, he's a PR, he runs a PR company, so he thinks in a PR way. So I said to him, Mark, can you think of a name for a series? This is what it's about. He was like, Take-Awasian?
Yeah, the running title
cool.
was Indo-Chinese.
Yeah, the running title was that. That's what it was. Because we were thinking, okay, how do we say the name of the series so you just know what it is?
We went literal, innit? And
then we were like, okay, it's a takeaway. And we're like, Take-Awasian. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that it is a takeaway, Asian people, whether you're East Asian or South Asian, we all came to this country, and our grandfathers and their fathers, they came and they worked in the catering industry. Like, Brick Lane in Aldgate is nicknamed Bangla Town. It's actually got like Bangla Town written on the sign now, because the whole of Brick Lane is Bangladeshi restaurants. Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of Chinese people and Chinese friends of mine that worked in takeaways. Like, one of my friends actually is called Chi, and he actually did live above his takeaway. So every day after school, he'd go back and start serving customers. So it's nothing to shy away from. We're proud of it. Because if it wasn't for our grandfathers and their fathers doing that, we wouldn't be where we are today. Do you know what I mean? So, big up the takeaways.
Yeah.
I just want to know
know what distribution channel you've gone through. There's actually a group called Milk Tea, I'm going to see. They do all these collaborative stuff. And the lady, she is now, I think, one of the directors of BFI, so you could get funding for something like this. So I was speaking to you about that anyway.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down. Anyway.
This Sunday.
See, my eyes lit up when I heard money. I was like, yeah. It's a big red envelope. I went to various production companies that have produced for British TV on BBC Channel 4 ITV. Production companies I've even worked for as an actor, so I had the report there. They all emailed back, they all hit me back, but then as soon as I sent them the treatment or the script or whatever, they either ignored me or they were like, oh, it's just not what we're looking for. And someone else I was speaking to, a production company, he was like, yeah, it's cool, but we just got to change the storyline, we've got to change this. And I'm like, if you take away the takeaway, if you take away the fact that he wants to be an actor, you take away the fact that he wants to be a music producer, it's no longer what it is. It's not realistic. They wanted something crazy or something. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, Harold and Kumar can do that. Do you know what I mean? That's their job. Do you know what I mean? This is a real story. These two guys are all of us. Like, we're all creatives. We will go through what they're going through. Do you know what I mean? Struggling to pay the rent and, just trying to make do and go to get those opportunities. So they just didn't get it. The authenticity has to be there, because otherwise, what am I making it for? The whole point is that, people can relate to it, and the people that aren't Asian can learn from it. So that's why I just thought, let's bring it home, man. Let's make it ourselves.
And none of them have seen this episode?
None of them have seen it. So this is the first time. It's going to be out on Saturday in time for Lunar New Year. So I hope you guys can watch it again. Just give it a little like and a thumbs up and a subscribe button. But if it can do the rounds and it reaches their eyes, I can send it to them and see what happens. So yeah, hopefully. Oh, good, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. And thank you for coming.
Honestly, just if you see it, share it, post about it, tell your friends. Really, really appreciate the support. Couldn't have done it without you. I know the whole cast couldn't be here, but yeah, man, when it's out on Saturday, please take a picture of this if you have to, if you need to put it on your story or whatever. And yeah, I think, are we here nearing 8 o'clock? Yeah, we've actually gone over. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to go outside, but if you haven't got your picture taken, please do outside. Krishna's there, she can take the picture for you, and it would be good to just throw it up on the socials and stuff. Really appreciate your time. Anything else you want to say, bro?
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And thank you to Desti as well, man. Amazing host. Amazing host.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.